Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, the challenger.
Muhammad Ali was born in Louisville, Kentucky on January 17, 1942, with the name of Cassius Clay. Cassius Clay, from an early age, experienced racism and discrimination because of the mindset of the southern states in the 1940s. At the young age of 12, Clay's bike was stolen, and when reporting the crime to a police officer, he told the officer he wanted to beat up the thief. Joe Martin, the police officer, supposedly replied, "Well, you better learn how to fight before you start challenging people." By chance, in addition to being a police officer, Martin trained boxers at a nearby gym. Martin shaped Clay's future by teaching him how to spar, then further developing his skills into boxing. His fight from poverty was inspiring to many, and soon he won the 1956 Golden Gloves for novices in the lightweight category, then the National Golden Gloves Tournament of Champions 3 years later. By accumulating many national titles, Clay caught the attention of the Olympic boxing team, which he joined in 1960. He competed in Rome, Italy at the 1960 Olympics at the age of 18 and won gold. He continued on his mesmerizing journey and became a 3-time professional heavyweight world champion. At this point, Cassius Clay was on a national platform that gave him the publicity and opportunity to take a stand for his values, including the fights against poverty, the Vietnam draft, racism, and later Parkinson's disease. Fueled by his passion for boxing and justice, Cassius Clay engaged the world in legal and social battles that changes the perspective on the underclass, the military, the mentally ill, and the minorities. In the beginning of Cassius Clay's career, he started using the publicity from his boxing wins to speak out for religious freedom. In Rome at Clay's second Olympics, Cassius Clay made a public announcement after his win in the heavyweight championship in 1964 that he was changing his name to Muhammad Ali. In an interview with NBC News, he revealed that he felt it imperative to change his name.
Why don't you like to be called Clay anymore?
No, Clay was not my name. Once we follow, believe, hear, understand the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and come into knowledge of ourselves, then we want to be called after names of our people, which are names that fit us black people. And Clay was a white man's name. It was a slave name. And I'm no longer Clay. I'm no longer a slave. So now I'm Muhammad Ali.
Do you answer to Clay anymore?
Well, some people, they still say Clay. Cassius.
Sports writers still call you Clay.
No, I stopped them because they know better. But some people who don't know better, they say, "How you doing, Mr. Clay?" I may not say nothing because the intention was nice. It didn't mean no harm. Then some walk up. "How you doing, boy? How you feeling, Cassius? Meet Mr. Clay. Fine boy." Then I have to straighten him out because he's agitating and acting smart and bossy. But it's according to how they approach me.
However, the media refused to recognize the name change even though Muhammad Ali explained his joining of the Nation of Islam. The quick-footed fighter was referred to as Cassius Clay for 6 more years, but continued to repeat his beliefs during that time in interviews. From 1964 to 1968, the name Cassius Clay appeared in over 1,000 articles, but Muhammad Ali only in 150. In April of 1967, the United States military drafted Muhammad Ali to fight in the Vietnam War. Ali refused to fight because of his religious beliefs as a practicing Muslim minister that prevented him from fighting. He also argued that there was racial discrimination involved in the drafting process. He once said, "It is in the light of my consciousness as a Muslim minister and my own personal convictions that I take my stand in rejecting the call to be inducted. I do so with the full realization of its implications. I have searched my conscience." Muhammad Ali also gave many inspirational speeches by using the media that was at his disposal to speak for religious freedom and racism through current topics like the Vietnam War. "I had the world's heavyweight title not because it was given to me, not because of my race or religion, but because I won it in the ring. Those who want to take it and start a series of auction-type bouts not only do me a disservice, but actually disgrace themselves. Sports fans and fair-minded people throughout America would never accept such a title holder." To spread awareness of his cause, Muhammad Ali openly shared his views with the press.
My brother are some darker people, are some poor, hungry people in the mud for big, powerful America, and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger. They never lynched me. They never put no dogs on me. They never robbed me of my nationality, raped and killed my mother and father. Well, I'm going to shoot them for what? How can I go shoot them? Them little poor little black people, little babies and children and women. How can I shoot them poor people? Just take me to jail.
Under Project 100,000, an effort to increase the manpower of the U.S. military for the Vietnam War by the U.S. Department of Defense, statistics show that out of 246,000 men recruited, 41% were black, even though black Americans only made up 11% of the U.S. population. Immediately, Muhammad Ali was arrested for committing a felony, which became national news overnight. In addition, Ali was stripped of his world title and boxing license. Muhammad Ali rebutted the conviction on the grounds of conscientious objector status, meaning that he refused to fight on the grounds of religious freedom. However, Ali's local draft board had rejected his application for conscientious objector classification. Muhammad Ali was brought to court, which found him guilty, so he appealed to a federal court that found him guilty once again. Muhammad Ali refused to give in and again took a stand as he appealed to the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit that found Ali guilty once more. Backing down for what he believed in wasn't an option, so Ali brought his case to the Supreme Court in 1971. The decision split 5-3 and sided with the Justice Department, and it seemed as if Ali had lost the battle. Muhammad Ali, a man who never accepted defeat, parried the decision with the argument that he qualified for conscientious objector status because of his opposition status as a black Muslim. The judges reconsidered after hearing Ali and announced a conclusion to unanimously vacate the conviction on precise technical grounds. Ali regained all of his titles and all charges were dropped. After hearing the decision, Ali said, "I am America. I'm the part you won't recognize, but get used to me. Black, confident, cocky. My name, not yours. My religion, not yours. My goals, my own. Get used to me." This social victory came with a heavy personal cost on Muhammad Ali's boxing career because he lost his prime boxing years fighting for justice. According to his trainer, Angelo Dundee, Ali returned to the ring more flat-footed. In addition, Ali was in a tight financial situation because he was no longer allowed to fight, which was his only source of income.
I don't know about see the world heavyweight champion driving a Volkswagen, guys in their Cadillacs and making fun of you. So I'm working today, I'm hauling, right?
Then, in the 1990s, after Iraq invaded Kuwait and during the tense conflict involving hostages between the United States and Iraq, Muhammad Ali found his voice and took action. He attended numerous meetings in Baghdad, even though he couldn't speak well. He was heard saying, "And with the little authority from the fame that I have, I'll show the real side of Iraq," as he visited children's schools and prayed in mosques. President Bush and his administration denounced U.S. citizens visiting Iraq, claiming they too were at risk for being taken hostage. Muhammad Ali set up a meeting with Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein, and they discussed the release of 15 hostages after Ali promised to bring an honest account of Iraq with him. Ali returned to the U.S. with the former hostages and was proclaimed a national hero. For the last 3 decades of Muhammad Ali's life, he bravely fought against Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a life-threatening neurologic condition that affects the brain and nerves, and the symptoms range from lack of motion in the arms and legs to respiratory illness and depression. Ali continued to live up to his legacy with Parkinson's. During the opening ceremony of the 1996 Olympic Games, Muhammad Ali held the Olympic flame and lit the Olympic cauldron, despite the erratic movement of his arms. Muhammad Ali created the Muhammad Ali Parkinson Center in Phoenix, Arizona, to help others take a stand against the disease. The center is dedicated to helping disease patients and their families, research, diagnosis, and treatment. Muhammad Ali lived with the disease for 32 years, but he never stopped fighting and taking a stand for his beliefs. In 2005, Muhammad Ali accepted the Presidential Medal of Freedom, awarded to him by President Bush. This award recognized his passion for taking a stand for his rights and what he believed in. Muhammad Ali passed away in 2016, aged 74. Muhammad Ali will always be remembered as a fighter, inside and outside the boxing ring.